Alright, we're back here on a Monday morning, looking pretty good. There was like 2 hawks flying around over here, so I forgot how much I done Saturday, but we're gonna go ahead and try to rip all this stuff up, bring it up here and mulch it up. We had a lot of rain because I drove down there and there's a bunch of water in the dips. I don't know if you can see that up there, but it's pretty wet. So we're gonna go ahead and let these machines warm up and get everything out of the way. Still picking up pieces of metal, but get everything greased. Well, this right here will tell you how much water we got. Stuff sitting right up in it. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get back at it and get everything greased and checked out, and then get everything remulched up again, everything chopped up. Anything low hanging, just go ahead and cut it back and mulch it up. All right, so we got a lot of this pushed. I did see some barbed wire right over here in between these 2 trees. I stopped, but I seen some right there, but the way it looks like the barbed wire goes up that way, so I'm not really sure if it's just kind of back and forth. But there's a lot of material on this backside, but I know I cannot get my machines. I can get them down there, but I don't know about getting them back up. So I may just have to go down there and hand cut everything and make it look good. But I got out because when you start pushing stuff, you get a lot of mulch and it'll lay them off on the edges. See right here in the little dips, stuff's fell off. But of course I'm gonna be able to get down in there and kind of clean up what I can and take the excavator and come in and rip it up, and then bring out the bigger material, mulch it up somewhere else. So I did see there's a culvert, and there is some somewhere there's some center blocks somewhere. I think it's down on that little lower side over there. But I did find some like garbage down in there, I guess, where people's dump stuff off, and right here there's a bunch of stuff laid off, so I'll have to take the excavator and flake it out a little bit. But this is what we got so far. Still pushing pretty good. Just got out to clean this stuff up, and then that way if somebody decided to drive down here, they wouldn't run over and bust their tire. So looking a little better. Once I get in here and fine tune everything, rip everything else up, it'll look a lot better. But I think once I get all this right here cleaned up, it'll start really opening up pretty good bit. But get all this lower hanging stuff, it'll really make it look better. All right, so got more pushed. I forgot to get some of these center blocks over here, and some of them came cobble dust. So got just a little bit. I don't know why I keep pushing stuff over there, but it's like a big V, like a V bowl there. I pushed down in there a pretty good bit. It seems steeper, but I think once I got down in there, once I can get that big tree right there picked up, and I'm gonna try to start cutting some of these limbs. And I got stuff, muscadine vines, at least I hope some of these are. I think some of them are poison oak as well, But I'm trying to use the excavator to rip those out because I'm highly allergic, which I think just about everybody is, of poison oak, poison ivy. But so once I get all this cleaned up, then I can get down there with the excavator, rip out some, and then mulch most of that top side. But I do got to clean up. There's some more center blocks there. There's some garbage up on that top hill. So once I get that, then we should start really seeing a good look. So I think, I'm not sure, but I think they said they want me to do the other side too. I guess that'll be a project down the road. There's like 2 hawks right down there on those logs, sitting there literally watching. So, but we're going to go ahead and get the excavator and pick that up. May have to cut that in half. I'm not sure if I'll be able to mulch it or not, but if I can at least mulch a quarter of it, that'd be all right, and then throw it to the side. So then we'll start cleaning all this up and keep on pushing up. So really coming together now. It's kind of hard to get down in there, but you can definitely see how nice and clean it is now compared to that. So but I'm gonna have to reposition everything, some of the stuff that needs to be remulched, and then around the trees where I couldn't get to, I went down there and it was straight up, straight down, so the machine about slid and all that good stuff. So I'm gonna get the excavator down there and rip all the other stuff and all this stuff right here, throw it down there and push it down. I'm gonna push everything down, mulch on that lower level. It's nice and level down there, and then there's a bunch of trees on the edge so that way it'll look a little cleaner. This one's got a little boo-boo on it. Didn't see it earlier when I was coming up and out. But anyway, so we got a bunch of them where I mulched the bottoms and they hit the stumps. And then we'll take all this stuff. There's a bunch of garbage right there, but it V's. So I'm gonna rip all that stuff on this side all the way down. So, because there's nothing level here, it goes straight down and there. So I'm gonna take and blade all that stuff down, take and rip all them trees down there, and then take all this bundle of dead stuff that fell, rip it down here, and mulch everything on the lower side, and then rip up all the trees that need to be ripped up. So we're almost towards the big area, and then the water's literally right down there. So this one's a lot steeper, so we'll have to be careful here. But it'll probably be excavation there, and then ripping up with the chainsaw, or ripping up with the excavator and the chainsaw on the rest of it, bringing it up. So just trying to make it look pretty good. So once we rip all this other stuff, it should thin it out, make it look a little better. Well, before I start mulching again, it's almost 5 now. I ripped out a little bit more, got this lower side. You can tell there's a lot, big difference. I ripped out the fence right over here. It's pretty steep right here, but it's pretty, I think it's a lot steeper here, because it more rolls than it does there. It just gradually goes down. But anyway, we got all of them trees ripped up right here, through right here. So, and then put the excavator up. So we got a pile back there. You can kind of see it a little bit right there. But I'm not sure where to go from here. I may just try to go down here, mulch what I can, and then mulch over there. And then we'll mulch this top side and kind of clean it up. That way when we clean everything up, I'd like to stay low and then work my way up from being completely done. So we'll see how it goes. All right, so we're gonna end the day. It's a little bit past 5 o'clock, but I got the rest of these piles mulched up, and got the machines put back. There's some chunks here and there where I mulched this pile up. There's probably about 1.5 feet of mulch right here. So I got that lower side cleaned up a little bit. I got more of that cleaned up. So just kind of back and forth. There's a little few twigs right there next to the tree, some down there, but we'll just see tomorrow how things go. Hopefully it won't be dusty. There's a few pieces tucked under there. That's not good. Probably gotta blade this up a little bit. So, but anyway, we'll be back in the morning. Get some more barbed wire out, some center blocks, some logs, and then I got that down there a pretty good bit, and then it's starting to get steeper up there. door gets hung a little bit. But anyway, before they just had left, they was working on the pins on that bucket. I'm gonna go ahead and mulch this up right here, and then go right here, and there's a fence. I'm gonna clean this up, but there's right behind the fence, there's a big old tree with a bunch of fencing. So they came back and told me to do about 20 foot, so it's pretty much the ledge. So we're gonna go ahead and get that going now. Well, we can go ahead and get this corner done, and we ain't gotta worry about nothing else slinging at them. So we're gonna go ahead and just kind of hit stuff and then try to hurry up and get away from them. All right, so I left my GoPro somewhere. I couldn't remember where I put it, so I found it. But I had a piece of wood after lunch get stuck right there. It made the head start wobbling. I thought the bearing went down. Scared me for a second, but anyway, I'll show you. It's nice and cloudy right now, a little dusty but not too bad. I was able to knock it down. I'll have to come back with the excavator and repile up and clean up a little bit, rip out a little bit more on the edge. Still got a little bit of fencing certain spots, but I hit some bees back there with the excavator earlier before lunch. My plan was to pile up a bunch, and then after lunch come back and then just record mulch it as well. So, and I hit a massive thing of bees. I don't know what they were. It was like, it was like a bumblebee looking one, but they was hundreds of them flying. So once I'm able to rip up some of these right here, it'll look really good with the saplings gone. And then clean this up a little bit and then remulch everything. See, there's a dead one right there. Take it out. Stuff that's overhanging, rip it out too. And then right back there where that little opening's at, there's the water. You could see the water. So the rest of this is pretty nice and smooth. It drops down and it's like a nice gradual slope. It's either a slope or it drops off on this corner right here, so which is good. Then we'll start mulching from here all the way where it's cleared over there. So it's probably 3 or 4 acres right there. So we'll try to get everything mulched up and cleaned up, and then figure out the bees last. So probably leave that for tomorrow. Just get all this cleaned up and raked out and cut up. So let's get that chunk out and let's keep on going. I'm gonna go ahead and grind the knives up a little bit, that way, because we got a lot of pecans and white oaks over here, so that way we can mulch them up a lot easier. All right, so was able to clean up these piles here a little better. It's still a little chunky, but so what I did was come in any direction I can get to, knock it down, try to chew it up best I could, but there's still a lot of little scragglies here and there, some roots and stuff like that. As we get up here, we got a lot more bigger trees with stumps, or the trunks are above ground, so I kind of went over and just kind of knocked it down. A bunch of it wadded up towards the edge, so I'll take the excavator in the morning, just rake everything out in piles, and then mulch everything up, and then come back and final tune everything. So trying to clean up some of these little dirt mounds and chunks everywhere. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the excavator and clean those up, blow the road off like I do every day, and pile everything where I need to. And then as soon as we get here tomorrow, we'll just go ahead and start stacking in piles and ripping up. And we should be done with all this all down through there by lunch, and then we'll be able to just keep on rolling. So it's been nice and cloudy today, so it's been very helpful. All right, we're back this morning. See, tomorrow is 4th of July, so I'll be off Thursday. We're gonna get together Saturday as well, so I'll be back Friday for my 6th day. So I gave them an estimate of 12 days, but they said let's do 6 and see what that does, which I'm pretty sure it's going to take another 4 to 5 days. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and take the excavator and rake everything else. I got all that stuff over there, all that lower stuff down there. There's a bunch of stuff down here I'd like to clean up, and I got a bunch next to the fence to rake up as well. So I finally found my GoPro stand, camera stand. You can see it's been bent and twisted. This won't go back any further. It's missing a bunch of rods that goes down here, slides down in there. Bent, twisted, scratched, probably ran over, smacked the tree limbs. We'll be able to do some of this footage over there as well. So, but anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get in the excavator, rake up all this stuff up, throw it in a pile, and then that way we can just keep on moving up. So I'd like to be down there by the end of the day. All right, so starting to take some shape now. Had to reposition some of this stuff. I pushed some of the stuff in between some of the trees. I didn't see a bunch of the roots that was on top, so it made it rough. So I kind of just did what I could, and then got really good down and through here. But once I get this cleaned up right in here, and then start ripping some of these vines down, getting all the little scragglies, should turn pretty good on it. Turn out pretty good on it. So starting to get dusty, so I'm just glad it's a little cloudy, so if we can go to lunch and get it going. The bees are still over there. There's 100 of them on the ground sitting there walking around. But anyway, I got a few more things to rip up and then kind of clean up in between stuff. There's big mounds of dirt right here and over there, so I'm gonna kind of push that around and go from there. So, but just a little bit more and then we'll be start right here, and then we'll have a river view. So once we get going on that, then I still got to clean up bugs flying around me. Once we get this back behind here, it's pushed a pretty good bit, but we'll have to go in between right here all the way around. On the front side, the first 10-15 foot, there's a bunch of fencing, concrete, garbage, stuff like that, because he said this is where people came and dumped stuff off, because this was growed up, and then there was a old baseball field, so it grew up, and then people just kind of started dumping stuff. So I was told to throw it out here and then let him know, and then they'll come pick it up. That way I get it out of my way. So there's also another mulcher over there. It's the city that's cleaning up over there, which theirs don't look as good as mine. But anyway, we'll get to it. All right, let's let that cool down a little bit. Send these little berries. We next to the water, so definitely gonna have to have more days for sure. That's a lot of work right through here. I hit a yellow jacket's nest right over there. I was going to show that, clean that up over there and show you it. There's a big sewer thing right here, big cement. But rip up a lot of this dead stuff around the trees on the edge, and then rip up some of these right here, make it look a little better. But definitely gonna look good. This is a bunch of dead stuff right there. There's a little island over there too. There's a bunch of deer rubs too. They don't look as thick behind this right here. Only this lower side is where the undergrowth is, and the rest of them just trees. And then we got all that down there, but we on the water now. So once we come in and thin it out and grab the excavator, rip everything out of the water, clean it up a little bit, it'll really look good. But there's the canal where we was on the top side up there. So yeah, looking pretty good. It's dusty, so it's not really much trying to get much footage because it's just so dusty. It's impossible to even see what I'm doing. So I'm gonna make my way back up and then probably get everything cleaned up, call it a day.